That says it's working. And come on, YouTube. Always a bit slower coming up to speed is YouTube. But I am live on both platforms. Hi, guys. Once again, the Red Rain Ripper. Pardon me. Scratch needs your help in Pocket D Nightclub. You can find an entrance in Port Oaks, Sharkhead Isle, or St. Marshall in Primal Earth, or via Studio 55 in Imperial City in Pretoria. Good evening. I am okay. Thank you for asking. Reunion and Indomitable currently have the double XP rates, and that's why I temporarily transferred this character over to Indomitable. Do we have a mission? Find Anna at the Shepherd Haven. And we're off. Rather badly off, some would say. So everyone, welcome to your weekend. Unless, of course, you have to work on weekends. I know what that's like. Oh, I did it again. Alright, alright. Hopefully they won't punish me. I myself have worked for a number of years. Worked Sunday through Thursday. Oh, hi. Oh, aren't you guys all sneaky and stuff? I moved it. I need to keep that in mind, that I moved that particular key, and pounding the 7 key when the 8 key is the heal is not going to do me any good. I'm going to take a quick knee and heal up. Those guys hit pretty hard. The Valentine's Day event has begun. Not particularly of my interest. All it has is some temporary powers and some titles. 1 or 2 of the titles wouldn't be bad, but I do not feel especially motivated to get to it. I have to find Anna. The shepherds are not being particularly friendly towards me this evening. Big swords. Oh, nice. They have a TV set up. That's nice. You don't want to be completely out of touch with everything just because you're in some wacky cult, I suppose. Oh! A twofer! Well, there's Anna. Are you the one they spoke of? How dare you meddle in our affairs? How dare I? Seriously? How dare I? Like this. And this. Who was it that sent you? Stay your hand, I surrender. Everyone stay back. Hold, I will surrender to whatever foulness you work for. Who was it? Taggart? Dust? Who sent you? Taggart? You mean the slave master? I shut his operation down. You did? Why? I suspect the same reason your crazed, violence-prone cult was trying to do it. We're not a cult. We're a social group. We're just... No, you're right. These particular shepherds like to think themselves as one, but you judge them too harshly. Crazed and violent? That describes most First Warders. I have been trying to change that, to redirect their purposes towards something better than merely recovering through magical artifacts from the carnival trash bins. It's been taking a while. And you? Tell me now of your purpose. Why have you come? Your father sent me. Tread carefully when speaking of my father. He is long dead, and his passing was unkind in its circumstance. No, he's waiting for you in the compound. Antebellum. How do you know that name? My father called me that when I was only a child. When your best friend in the whole world was a tireless bike, I know. He's alive, Anna. My father is dead, Red Rain Ripper. Of that I am sure. How you or he came to know these things of me, though, I do not know. And I would have answers. I will meet with this monarch. I have affairs to settle with the shepherds here first, but I'll be at the compound when you return to it. See you at the compound, Toots. I assume she doesn't mind being called Toots. She might be the only woman in the world who didn't mind being called Toots. I'll try not to use that again. I leap through the air with the greatest of ease. They're staring at me, Red Rain Ripper, and not with the normal unease served for a shepherd, but with a sense of recognition. Anna, they've seen his paintings. They know you're his daughter. If you must know, my father died in the asylum shortly after the Emperor sent us to the First Ward. He went insane from the antiquities he found here, and shortly after that, the seers dragged him away. Orphaned in the ruins, I went native. Whoever you're taking me to isn't my father, but I can see that some part of you wants him to be, and I choose to believe that's born out of compassion and not some baser agenda. Oh, it's a baser agenda, really. Whatever the case, no one escapes the asylum, Red Rain Ripper. This is either a trap or a prologue for something far more sinister. You would do good to prepare yourself for what happens next. Calvin Scott escaped from the asylum, you know. I stand corrected. The famous Calvin Scott seems to be the exception to every rule. I've worked hard to get you here. We can do this. Let's get it over with, then. We'll be fine. Well, at least I will be. I make no assurances about anyone else. There's an unnatural tension in the air here. Cold emanation of an event gathering momentum. I do now kind of remember how this one concludes. I had forgotten until now. My beautiful Antebellum! It really is you! What twisted deception is this? You're not my father. While you labored on all those portraits of me, did you once paint yourself? What do you mean? Why look at me with such disdain? If you think you're my father, then think of his face. It does not match your own, monarch. What's wrong, my lord? Is it unraveling? You will mind your tongue, daughter. I have suffered much to find you. You will not leave here till you call me kin. Settle affairs between the monarch and Anna. Defeat the monarch. I am the monarch of... Wait, who am I? He's possessed. Apparition of Anna's father. Fractured impression. Speak to the monarch. I'm dying, Red Rain Ripper, and these are my last wishes. It may seem quite mad to you, and it will seem so to the others of the compound, but they have known me long. They have known me long. Those that have known me, but they who have known me long. That way these days. But wow, that sentence I can't parse. But will tell Anna that she is my Palatine. The throne of the compound will pass to her. You're doing this because you still have fragments of her as your daughter in your memory. Of course I do. I played host to that apparition for so long. To look on her is to feel a loss I cannot reconcile with my own memories, but she is strong and forthright, and dear to me still, even without ties of blood. She will be a better leader of the compound than I have ever been. I have a feeling the Hetman will not like your last command. Then I make we one more. You will find a way to enforce it. Dun, dun. So, Anna, you're the boss now. Settle affairs between the Monarch and Anna. Mission completed, so I need to talk to Nadia. A whole boatload of XP. Don't feel bad you didn't get my people out of the clink, Red Rain Ripper. First Ward works by strange rules, and maybe we're following them now. You did good, child, and the Loas are pleased with you. Call me child again, and they won't be. And yet they are also alarmed that none of us suspected an apparition as some deranged puppet master behind this whole rag bag. Perhaps the vortex is making them stronger, or dulling our senses to them. I'll have to think on it. In a trance brought on by lemonade overload. Ooh, yeah, that'll just ruin. That'll destroy your stomach. Ugh. Anna's the key now. She's the Palatine of the compound. If you get the rest of the last worders, because we have the first ward and the last word, they don't make this easy, you know? To recognize her authority instead of the Hetman, she'll be allowed to free the carnival troopers. And I got a sneaking suspicion, boy, that we'll see each other again. The spirits say you're closer to what it is that you need to do, but they didn't say what it is you need to do. That is still a good sign, Red Rain Ripper. I'm glad you came to old Nadia for answers. The Palatine. Anna. Oh, hey, convenient. I happen to be just outside her building. Having just killed a dude who thought he was her father, but her father's been long dead, and he was held in the control of an apparition, and I had to kill that thing like 3 times, and it's complicated. Red Rain Ripper. I was hoping you'd show up. My throne is still considered the lip service of a dead madman, but here in First Ward, that is sometimes enough. I can only do so much as Palatine of the compound until I have solidified my position in the eyes of the people. The Hetman rattles his saber so loudly that no one dares oppose him directly. He allows my signature only on mundane affairs, but that's where the current power stops. I'll need the agency of my friends to do anything more, and there is so much work to do. Abused and scorned though we may be, Part 1, Saber Rattling. As you've seen, the compound is a fragile bastion against the myriad evil running amok in the First Ward. Though the Hetman will not admit it, we need to be fostering more alliances with those around us, not alienating the ones we already had. Carnival of Light will not protect us against until we heal the schism that has risen between us. And we cannot heal that schism until my sovereignty is recognized. It's chess now with the Hetman. And I think I found my next move. The Forlorn live below the tunnels, beneath the compound. They are former ghouls who've had their minds restored through the efforts of Dr. Helix and some other brave souls at the Battle of Neutropolis. They are pitiable folk, the Forlorn, trapped in their now desiccated frames, remembering every hideous act they committed in the red-minded madness of their former affliction. They are pariahs even here in the First Ward, and they would make powerful friends. Find the Hetman and convince him to let you enter the tunnels and speak to the Forlorn. He'll bluster and mock my efforts to parley with him, but he will not deny you. The compound is afraid of the Forlorn, thinking them monsters, and perhaps understandably so. But if word got out that the Hetman denied your help in dealing with him, he would lose face. Either way, I edge closer to the seat of my birthright. All right. Politics. Dirty business. Always a dirty business. Red Rain Ripper, have you come to convince me to let your carnival friends go again? The Palatine already made that command. You're still ignoring it. The only command that I am ignoring is the last one given by the monarch who wasn't in his right mind. I don't trust that girl. I don't trust how she magically appeared. And I'm beginning to not trust you, Red Rain Ripper. Now speak your mind or go back to the gumbo. The Palatine says you've been having trouble with the Forlorn. And let me guess, you want to help me out. Wait, silly me. Let's say that again with the color obvious turned on. The so-called Palatine wants to make a gesture both to me and the people of the last ward, helping out with the ghoul problem. And you're her running dog, making sure it all transpires. Oh, I am looking forward to carving him up a treat. And you're going to look like a fool for declining my help. I do need the help. Listen, these Forlorn aren't like any ghouls you may have encountered before. They're more disciplined, able to show a measure of tactical acumen on the battlefield. If you're detecting a hint of admiration in my voice, it's because you're missing my point completely. The Forlorn are still monsters, don't forget that. The fact that they can think only makes them worse. Wow, he's kind of a dick. Good to hear, because the last recon patrol I sent out to check on them certainly couldn't. They went into the tunnels outside the compound and vanished. Wait, why are you sending recon patrols to the Forlorn tunnels in the first place? Remember when we first met? Dust was poking around their nose too close to the compound, and I had you deal with it. Same story here. It's called keeping tabs on your enemy, genius. While you're playing fetch for that ineffectual, high-talking little shepherd girl, I'm still making sure we're all protected. Here, the recon patrol had a portable tracer beacon with them. This tax scanner will hone in on their trail. I'll find them. And I will, too. Oh, sewers. Sooner or later, it's always sewers. The tax scanner is picking up the recon team's tracer beacon. They're close. Ghouls. Forlorn, to be exact. You know, I don't really want to kill you guys, but the compound has sent another kill team. You think I'm a kill team? Well, okay, technically, yeah, I kind of am, in that I'm going to kill you all. I'm going to take a quick momentary kneel down, get my endurance back up. No, that's not good. These guys are actually hitting really hard. Unnecessarily hard, actually, if you ask me. I'm going to take another quick knee. These guys do hit hard. They're loud kabooming attacks. Kind of kaboom. I have to find the recon soldiers. A liberated brawler. Don't think we go down following the rail line. Ooh, a warden. Oh, Warden Gorzy. Topsiders never learn. Quick heal in there. Oh, him too. Oh, he wants to talk now. Stop, this is getting us nowhere. Okay, everyone just stop. There's been enough violence in these last few days. And you stay right there, Topsider. You've got the smell of the gumbo on you, but only slightly. You're a newcomer, but I won't ask what brought you here, or more likely, who forced you into the First Ward. That's your business. I will ask, though, what brings you down into our tunnels. The last few visitors we had, well, they weren't willing to answer that. They were too busy trying to pump us full of lead. A bunch of so-called recon soldiers from the compound. More of a kill team, the way they acted. You know them? That's what I'm looking for, and I mean you no harm. Key found. Between you and me, the Forlorn have bigger troubles than keeping compound yahoos captive, so I'll make you a deal. We'll stay here, all peaceful-like, until you do something uncool. You can speak to the recon soldiers we have locked up. You can even free them if you want. It's your call. But if any of them do something uncool, then we're going to hold you responsible, which is to say, we'll beat you down. And choose carefully which ones you want to save. The ones named Shale and Biddle are itching for a rematch with us. Presumably up here. Lots of ghouls, man. Lots of ghouls. Talbot. Red Rain Ripper, I recognize you from the compound. Are you going to get us out of here? Some of you, maybe. How have the Forlorn been treating you? Well, it's prison. Well, I wouldn't have thought we'd be executed, but I would have thought we'd been executed by now, considering that we came in and started shooting at them without warning. After they subdued us and threw us in these cells, it's been nothing but 3 meals a day. One of them even bandaged me up. We were wrong about them, Red Rain Ripper. The Forlorn aren't evil. The fact that they're letting you decide my fate peacefully should be enough to prove that. So, you gonna let me out of here? Yes, but keep your cool. I want us to get through this without violence. I was hoping you'd say that. Let's make a beeline for the exit. I swear I won't cause any problems. Shale. You're from the compound. Who sent you? Long story. Are you hurt? Not at all. The Forlorn were real gentlemen, but as soon as I get out of here, I'm going to punch their faces in. Nice. You're a chump and a troublemaker. You deserve to be locked up. What? You crazy or something? You're siding with the ghouls instead of the Hetman? You can bite me, chomper. Thanks for nothing. Enjoy your stay. Compound doesn't need loose cannons like you. Loser. He's a loser. And Biddle. Is he going to make it easy for me as well? The Henmat sent you? He and Palatine both did. How are you holding up? How am I holding up? I'm sitting in a ghoul cell. Fat body, my friend. Good evening, and welcome, and thank you, as always. 51-month streak. 4 years, 3 months. That's just math, boys and girls. As always, thank you very much, Fat Body. And I hope your weekend has begun. Well, here's how it's going to work. You're going to let me out, and I'll carry out my orders, which is simple. Kill these scumbags. That's exactly the sort of nonsense I don't need right now. You're staying here. If you're not going to help me wipe the floor with these monsters, then stay out of my face. Shove off, chomper. Keep talking. Maybe a few years down here will cool your jets, tough guy. So, Fat Buddy, big plans for the weekend, I'm sure? Enter the Forlorn tunnels. Determine which recon soldiers. Why am I standing here? Alright, he goes out. And now I assume I go back to Warden, whatever his name was. Well, the free time doesn't sound like a bad deal, that's for sure. And, of course, always, depending on what the lunch is as well. Just remember, you said you'd be cool. I don't want any more trouble. Okay, leave. Determine which recon soldiers. Well, I did that. Do I just exit now the same way the other guy did? I guess I do. Ah! Next Sunday, yeah. I don't think I know I'm not going to watch the game. I don't think I am even interested in watching the commercials this year. God, I must be getting old. Okay. That did not finish it. Were there more soldiers? Did I not get all of the soldiers sorted? That's that. That's out. That's out. Right, okay. Cannot enter. Determine which of the soldiers. Warden. Yeah, okay. I'm being cool. All right, now I get it. All right. Are there more prisoners? There are. Falco, have you come from the compound? Why aren't the Forlorn attacking you? I struck a deal with them. You all right? Fine, considering the circumstances. The Forlorn haven't touched us since we were taken captive. I mean, yeah, they fought back when we attacked them, but that's our fault. We invaded their territory thinking they were bogeymen ready to pounce on us at any moment, but that isn't the case. They've got problems of their own. They never even had aspirations of moving in on the compound. That was just Hetman's own paranoia. We should have ignored his orders and come down. Just blind fire. You hear what I'm saying? Gonna get me out of here? We'll go back and tell the Hetman that. You're free. Thanks, Red Rain Ripper. I'll stay at your side. Won't cause any trouble. That sounds like a good plan. Gyre. How'd you get past the Forlorn? Simple. I spoke to them reasonably. How are you feeling? I'm a little scared. Who wouldn't be? I keep expecting the Forlorn to exact some revenge for a boneheaded attack on them, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Look, Red Rain Ripper, whatever we were told about the Forlorn was more of the Hetmen getting as unhinged as the Monarch used to be. The Forlorn, they're just people. Scary looking. Used to be cannibal people, but people, okay? And you let me go back topside of the compound. I'll spread the word, even if it gets me thrown in another cell. Let's get out of here. And don't cause any more trouble with the Forlorn. Music to my ears, and I'm gone. Are there any more? No, nobody in there. Determine which. Okay, we'll take them over here, and that should be all of them. As soon as they catch up with me. As soon as they catch up with me. Oh my god. Is she coming? Escorts. The quests. I don't think she's actually an escort. Although, who knows? I don't know, the other guy would get lost while I was... Yep, Falco, come on. Come on, Falco. Sometimes. There you are. There we are. Mission completed successfully. Go to the Hetman. Red Rain Ripper, give me a status report on the recon patrol that went in the tunnels. Brought the innocent ones back to the surface. Innocent ones? You telling me you left some of my people down there with the ghouls? Only those unrepentant for their crimes against the Forlorn. Are you beyond insane? Give me back that tax scanner, you self-righteous dimwit. I'll send another team and finish the job. You left them with monsters, Red Rain Ripper. Monsters, get out of my face. You're making a mistake, Hetman. Goodbye. And we'll just let him make that mistake and get more people killed. So the Forlorn were willing to speak with you, even after the Hetman, and it's Hetman, it's like headman. Russian, I think? I think the Cossacks, the leader would be the Hetman. Antagonize them. That bodes well for my future alliance. Although I have called you it before, Red Rain Ripper, in my heart, in full now demands that I risk its repetition. You are my good friend and a boon to all the First Ward. I've got her snowed so much I'm not a good anything. I get to, well, I get to unleash the red and seem to be a good guy for it. Huh. Wow, that's so weird. Abused and scorned though we may be, Part 3, Sweet Mercy. Something doesn't quite sit right with me, Red Rain Ripper. Not after your last sojourn into the tunnels of the Forlorn. The Hetman may have said that his impetus for sending a recon patrol in the territories was to gauge the potential threat of the Forlorn, but your report said the recon patrol had orders to just go in and start shooting. That sounds like a kill team, not reconnaissance. And it doesn't add up. Furthermore, it endangers my chance of forming an alliance with the Forlorn. I need you to speak with the leader of the Forlorn, Demetrios Vasilikos, on my behalf as Palatine of the compound, and see if some kind of truth can be salvaged from all this. We need an olive branch. The Forlorn has no real reason to trust the compound. You're quite right, my friend, which is why I will deliver them a genetic resequencer. If they will agree to the truce, the Forlorn will be able to cure their feral cousins with such a device, and that is something I know Demetrios wants dearly. Mistress Nadia and some of my shepherds have managed to contact Dr. Helix, who has agreed to come to the First Ward if the Carnival can assure a measure of protection. You're still working on that part, but you're the Hetman's watchful eye. But the Hetman's watchful eye is making things difficult. Strike in accord with the Forlorn. Well, if they're going to have this, and that's going to allow them to change more of their feral cousins into the sane, rational ones, there'll be more of them, and they'll have to change their name from the Forlorn to the Fivelorn, and I went a long way for that joke, and it wasn't really worth it. Another player. Master Shredder. Ah, looks a little bit like Shredder from what little I remember. I never watched the show, but I have seen, like, images. Demetrius just up ahead. He seems pensive. More visitors from topside, eh? The Hetman of the compound has stepped up his game, I see. You're no ordinary kill team. The Hetman didn't send me. The Palatine did. And I'm here to strike a truce. The Palatine? I've heard of her. Is there some discontent in the rulership of the compound? Some of you want to kill us, others to strike an accord. How nice. Go back and tell your Palatine I will have none of it. And tell your Hetman I will eventually wear his neck veins as a favorite bracelet. Do you Topseeders even know what the Forlorn have done for you? We're keeping the ghouls back from being able to access the surface. If it weren't for the efforts of my people, your compound would have been overrun by my feral cousins ages ago. On behalf of the Palatine, I thank you for your efforts. She had no idea. She can thank us by killing the Hetman. She'd like to thank you by offering you a genetic resequencer instead. ... If your Palatine can pull that off, she will have the support of the Forlorn. And if you're truly here on her behalf, then there is something else I will demand. The ghouls have somehow breached this tunnel's section outer containment gates. My second, Noble Savage, is leading the charge to reseal them, but he needs help. Help Savage seal the outer gates, and you shall have your accord. It will be done. It's Noble Savage. The feral ghouls have breached the outer gates in the back of the tunnels. We need to seal them up. All right. Oh. Two outer gates to be sealed. Remaining, help Noble Savage seal the gates. Sometimes you just gotta kill some ghouls. Now, here's the question. Ghouls eat people. Ghouls used to be people. Do ghouls eat dead ghouls? He's a manslayer. No gate there, no gate there. We just need to, wonder if any of these would be my buddy. I'd kind of like a ghoul friend. Sorry. There really is no depth I will not stoop to for a bad joke. Really, genuinely isn't. I'd say, Noble Savage, he kind of kicks some ass. Uh-oh. Both sets of gates. Couldn't make out what he said. Have to be activated before the outer gates actually seal. You think you're running away? I don't think so. Hits him, knocks him down. The one ranged attack I have is a good one. It hits pretty hard, and it also knocks them down, which prevents them from running away even further. Ah, I see, so... we're going to keep getting mobs coming in to attack us so we can seal the gates. One gate sealed. I hope everyone's Friday night is going well. Big plans for the weekend? My big plans for the weekend consist of sitting on my big, broad buttocks and playing video games. Not really any different from the rest of my days. Come on, Noble Savage. Alright, so then... Yep. Noble Savage. I could use a hand. NS? Dude? Friend? Pal? Buddy? Is he coming this time? Yes, he is. Good evening. Can I get this gate shut before the next wave of reinforcements comes in? Not quite, no. Ghouls, man. What can you do? Let's close this gate. Mission complete. Once again, I am the unwitting hero. So now it has occurred to my erstwhile villain that by pretending to be the good guy, by even doing the good guy things, he'll have the freedom to perfect his craft, shall we say. The Palatine. When you sealed those gates, Red Rain Ripper, you cemented a measure of trust between the Forlorn and the compound. Mistress Nadia and the Carnival have already convinced Dr. Helix to come to First Ward and prepared a safe house to meet with Demetrios. Your reports of sabotage, however, trouble me. Could it be that the Hetman's recon patrol was sent to the Forlorn tunnels to find some way to overwhelm Demetrios' forces with ghouls? And if so, to what purpose? I must ponder this. For all you've done for the First Ward and my place in it, Red Rain Reaper, I shall always be in your debt. You see? You do what they wish you to do. You use your blades. The red flows. And they'll give me more opportunity to continue my work. My good, important work. I think playing the good guy is the best thing a bad guy can do. Mistress Nadia has set up a meeting between Dr. Helix and the Forlorn, and I would like you to attend it, Red Rain Ripper. The Hetman has been growing nervous of late, and I must stay here to figure out why. I fear that he would do anything to trump an alliance between the compound and the Forlorn, not to mention reforging the bond we once shared with the Carnival of Light. I will need such allies if I am to secure my title of Palatine and be recognized as the leader of my people. If you move against him, he'll appear the victim. Oh, I'm not suggesting confrontation or violence, my friend. Only the Hetman's acceptance of the monarch's last command. Okay, 432 yards away. Oh, tripping balls! Ooh, fancy doorway. Something's gone horribly wrong here. You can sense it. Yeah, maybe the fact there are all these people laying around. Red Rain Ripper, they were waiting for us. The Hetman, under orders to prevent Dr. Helix from delivering the genetic resequencer. Under whose orders? From Calvin Scott, of course. When I took the Forlorn to First Ward, that lunatic branded us traitors to his resistance. That's why the Hetman had his troops open those gates, so the ghouls would do the dirty work for him and save the resistance some face. Get up. Let's put a stop to all this. I fear that I'm dying. You must rescue the others, Mistress Nadia and Dr. Helix. I believe Noble Savage is still in here somewhere as well. Try to help him too. The leadership of the Forlorn will be in his hands after I pass. I'll get Dr. Helix and come back for you. Just hold on, Demetrios. He doesn't answer. Oh, dear, dear, dear me. Well then, let's make the red flow, shall we? One of them was reading a paper. You see? Being the bad guy. Such a clumsy phrase, the bad guy. It seems like I'm actually the good guy now. It seems that the bad guy is defined not by his actions, but by whose side he's on. What an interesting development. Unexpected. I was so used to being the so-called bad guy. And I realized I would be able to do hat-trick all of the things that I so enjoy in my work as a bad guy. It'll be even easier to do as a good guy. Red Rain Ripper, the Loas protect you. Well, that would be nice. I'm going to take a moment, get my health back up. They called me the Red Rain Ripper because they thought I was the bad guy. But now I'm on these good guys' side. I'm the good guy. Nothing has changed. I'll kill all of them. Well, that's always worked for me. Second floor. Lingerie, power tools, pet supplies. Why not this way? Come along, noble savage. Oh, wow. Through this door there was just one batch of mobs and nothing else. Aha! The door played me. You killed Demetrios! Well, not them directly, but yeah, indirectly, they did. He does hit hard. Does our friend the noble savage. Paperback. So-called because he no longer has a spine. We'll talk after this, and the you Palatine have settled this. Defeat the kill team leader. Kill team leader. Hi. So, good news, bad news situation. Good news, I'm here. Bad news, I'm here. Bad news for the team leader, anyway. You've been played. For a fool, Red Rain Ripper. My kill team, guess what? We were just a part of a much larger plan. Orchestrated by the Hetman. Give me the details now. Why not? You're too late to stop it anyway. As soon as you left the compound, the Hetman declared martial law. That shepherd witch And those carnival freaks were going to be executed along with anyone that sides with them. That's not going to happen. Yeah, I expect it will. He expires from his injuries. Take the fight to the Hetman. Oh, yes. Yes, I think I will. Oh, he's been mouthing off. Now we'll watch his red flow. Sweet. Wow, that door actually rotated. Was not expecting that. Stop the Hetman. Oh. Solidify the Palatine's rule. Stop the Hetman. Wait. So, was that a barrier? So this is an instanced space then. Unexpected. That's a level for me. How nice. I like levels. Rescue Anna and Palatine. 2 carnival prisoners to rescue. Optional. Stop the Hetman. Optional. Oh, it's not going to be optional. Hangnail. Not the coolest kind of code name. Icicle? That's probably a little bit better. I would not particularly want my cool handle to be Hangnail. You know? Stairwell. I gotta say, not nuts about Stairwell either. Ah, the Hetman himself. You think you just waltz in and take over, huh? Over you? Absolutely. You forced my hand, all of you. I just wanted to be free, and now I am. I knew you would come. Of course you did, Anna. It says Anna Palatine, but it should be Palatine Anna, I think. I knew sooner or later the Hetman's red would flow and would be on the edges of my blades. Well, we'll use the phone. You warned me not to move against the Hetman first, Red Rain Ripper, and lives were lost because I did so unknowingly. I had no idea that he was taking orders from his resistance leaders beyond First Ward, or that my efforts to ally with the Forlorn would push his hands to such madness. In a way, he was as conflicted and haunted as the Monarch. These errors are my own to live with. You should know, however, that for the passing of Demetrios, and to strengthen the bond between the compound and the Forlorn, I have made Noble Savage my new Hetman. Go to him, Red Rain Ripper, just as I do. He sees you as the protector of the First Ward and would have your counsel. Shall I inform Noble that you're coming? Noble Savage! Dude got a promotion. Cool, cool. Time to train up. Couple of points in Eviscerate, I think, will do me well. Let's see if we got any enhancements that we can use. We're currently 21, I think. I don't use it. I might as well just sell it. Sleep duration, to hit buffs, endurance cost. Accuracy. Well, a little more accuracy on Eviscerate. Oh. Won't hurt anybody. Recharge. Sure. A little bit more fast healing. Always welcome. Red Rain Ripper, between you and me, I'm not sure what to make of all this. First, Demetrios' death gives me leadership of the Forlorn, and now the Palatine of the compound appoints me as its new hetman. Had you heard that? That new hetman bit, I mean. The last time my kind made an alliance with those that opposed the Emperor's regime, let's just say it didn't end well. We found ourselves trading one kind of enslavement for another, but this feels different. The only good day was yesterday, Part 1, Ashes to Ashes. The former hetman's military uprising left both the Forlorn and the compound in dire need of supplies. Our defenses, weapons, and rations are all depleted at levels that discomfort me. To this end, the Palatine and I have been sending out scavenger teams into the ward, and they've met with little success. Our last scavenger team never returned, and I'd like you to find out what happened to them, and to bring them back whatever they were after. Well, one of them did return, named Gully. But he's one of the new Forlorn, his mind just recently restored. He's only managed to give the Palatine and I scattered details of what happened. Start by speaking with the Palatine. I think Gully's too afraid of upsetting me to give me his full report. We'll talk it out. We'll hash it out. Red Rain Ripper, warms my heart to see you again, so what do you think of the new hetman? Noble Savage is a bold choice. The compound and the Forlorn are united. We are friends with the Carnival of Light again as well. This unification came about only through your help, my friend, as did my crown. Your humility in these matters does you credit. Indeed, all of the First Ward is blessed to have found a protector in one like you. You see, if you do the bleeding for the people who seem to be the good guys, you're a good guy. It's glorious. So simple. Noble Savage mentioned the compound is running short on supplies. We are, as the Forlorn. As are the Forlorn. The first scavenger teams found little to bring back, though they did not sortie far. Pardon the yawn. This last team felt mounting desperation, and perhaps that's why they're lost. Savage mentioned that one returned. Yes, a Forlorn named Gully. His team was so bold as to enter the Free Fire Zone to accomplish their mission. And though I advised that they use the shadowed paths, they abandoned them for reasons that are still unclear. He's shaken by the experience, and though Noble wants me to, I've not had the heart to press the matter yet. See if you can find out what happened to the scavenger team, Red Rain Ripper. You should know, this Gully sees you as his savior. Perhaps it will open up to you. Now I am a savior. The simplest answer was in front of me the whole time. The good guys won't chase you if you're killing who they say. Red Rain Ripper, it's an honor to meet you. I am Gully, recently returned from the feral red haze of, well, my previous... I guess I don't have to think about that anymore, thanks to your efforts with Dr. Helix. What happened to the scavenger team, Gully? I am, and I must admit, something to you, good sir. The genetic resequencer restored my mind, but it also restored my cowardice. I'm afraid that I abandoned my cohort shortly after we got into the FFC, Free Fire Zone. We were using shadowed paths to raid a dust munitions depot, then something went wrong. What exactly went wrong? The shadowed paths weren't safe, at least not for us, and contrary to all the stories we've heard, the scavenger team came under attack by an apparition, and I ran for my life. When I stepped back into the real world, even more apparitions swirled around me, running rampant through the FFC. And what about Dust? They control the FFC. Not anymore. From what I just saw, Dust soldiers were firing on one another, all in a panic. Then I saw an apparition possess one of them. I knew why. The Free Fire Zone's been compromised by the apparitions, and what remains of the scavenger team is trapped there. Here, take this. It's the same kind of tax scanner you used before, only it's still pretty busted up from the battle with the old Hetman. I've tried to repair it, though, and the key to the frequencies of my old team members. I'll pick up their trail and find what's happened to them. A cowardly ghoul. Coming in for a landing. Wow, lots of snaps and crackles there. You hear the familiar sound of dust gunfire and apparitional scream whispers. Scream whispers. Scrispers? According to the damaged tax scanner, the only surviving scavengers are Rare Earth Magnet and Vandermeer. But something strange is interacting with the signals of their tracer beacons. Fractured spirits. Are they fractured spirits? So, I poke him once and out comes a spirit. 2 ammunition caches to be retrieved. Rescue Rare Earth Magnet and rescue Vandermeer. Suspicious Rangers. Up there, yeah, one up there. DZEK isn't listening, switch channels. Okay, he's a live one. There's Rare Earth Magnet. A coalesced spirit. Thanks for the save, but these guys are everywhere. They're everywhere. Ammunition caches. Sort of annoying. Gotta poke them. And then finish them off as a second fight. Okay, so the other one must be over here. Peculiar leader. A fractured impression. That one. Now we'll work on his fractured impression. Oh, he healed. Jerk. Stop doing that. I'm going to take a brief moment and gather my energies and health. And then we'll get Agent Vandermeer out there. And I hear thrumming, so that is at least one of the ammo crates. You really think you can get us out of this? Well, there's one ammo cache. Well, it's more like a gun cache, really, than ammo, but... What the hell is all this? Everybody coming from? Right. He's a ranger, and that's a dust field officer. Use both of my heals. Yeah, glad I could rescue you guys so you can stand there and watch me fight. Really impressive, aren't I? Useless jerks. I missed. Well, let's get them to the exit then, since they're not going to do anything to help themselves. Stand there and watch. Granted, I do put on an excellent show. Let's scram. Yeah, you guys scram. Useless. I don't hear any thrumming. I'm going to assume, perhaps incorrectly, that it's over here. Whiff, and whiff that time. Ah, there we go. Mission complete. And we exit. Saved a couple of them. Got some additional lawyers, guns, and money. Old guy music reference. Back to Noble Savage. Your report of the Free Fire Zone is troubling, Red Rain Ripper. I've seen the apparitions only from afar, when my diagnostics deem it essential for my mortal mind to dream. I'm surprised that Dust can't hold the apparitions off. They're crack troops with persona safeguard from training. That you saw so many of them possessed. We're missing something here, but I have some suspicions on where to start looking for possible answers. None of this negates the resupply of the compound, however. Now, don't get all misty-eyed when I say this, Red Rain Ripper, but you're all right in my book. Granted, I hear the movie's better, but, well, yeah. You know what I'm trying to say. Come on, we've got more stuff to do. You get the admiration of the heroes by killing the hero's enemies. Simple. The only good day was yesterday, part 2. What we bring with us. Theory time, Red Rain Ripper. For years, Dust has been using the Free Fire Zone as a training ground, which loosely translates into live fire exercises against any and all targets they can find. They do this with the full but undisclosed support of some agency within the Cole regime back in Pretoria proper. One that funds them, equips them, and refills their ranks with fresh super soldiers when necessary. They couldn't do this without being in contact with said agency. Word from the FFZ is that a Dust Special Operations Science Lab codenamed Arclight suddenly went black channel. Either their comms are down or there's no one home. Get into Arclight and find their communication records. We need to know what Dust has told its upper command about the situation here. If they ever got a response, someone in Pretoria may have a way to contain the apparitions, or they may simply be sending in heavier forces. If things are really bad, then they may just be abandoning themselves out here altogether. In any case, we can't afford to be in the dark. I leap into action, as it were. I'm up a tree. For a brief moment, your ghost band receiver explodes into a chorus of screams and commands that you cannot parse. The insidious power of the apparitions is at work here. Noble Savage to me. Who is that guy? And how does he know your name? Well, you managed to find the surviving members of the Lost Scavenger Team. Looks like the Free Fire Zone has more problems than a few lost warders. Trying to steal some food and supplies from Dust. Call was in disarray. They're former allies. Okay, that's that. The comm channel override should be coming up pretty soon. Get prepared. Everyone's going to know when you flip it. I hear a thrumming. Got them all? Got them all. Comm channel override. I'm pushing a button, Frank. Mr. Science Theater 3000 reference. Good job, Red Rain Ripper. Burnout. Psychotic. Guess those are job titles? 2 more comm arrays. Oh, we'll finish him off. I do wish these apparitions immediately popped out and they didn't have like an induction to come out of the body. Oh, first floor elevator. Still says first floor. That's a bug. Oh. Subjugator prepares to consume a seer. What? Look like some sort of alien creature that's riding a human. That seems bad. A subjugator. Ooh. I'm going to go out on a limb and say, ooh, I do not remember these. Goes. Comm array, Black Channel Protocols, temporary bypass. Some archived transmissions corrupted. This comm station array only contains the last incoming transmission from ArcLight. For last outgoing transmissions, please try another terminal. Check last incoming. Mother, huh? Of course she's involved. I remember Mother being one of the sort of leaders of Cole's empire. Colonel Vargas, CO, DSEC, to Captain Jennings, CO ArcLight. Captain, your mother just called. It seems some very special seers either escaped or were broken out of the asylum recently. Current reports from the cell captains in the FFZ pinpoint them as being in the sunken city. I was reading that stuff, but oh well. Something a little more important came up. Being attacked by Praetorian psychics, I do believe. Access the last comm array. See, first floor and still first floor. I don't get it. It's not an elevator if it's not elevating or descending. Noble Savage to Red Rain Ripper. Take it easy in there. The Ghost Band is picking up multiple enemies. See me, I'm invisible. They could see me, I wasn't invisible. There. Huh. Am I missing the station, the comm array? I don't see it anywhere. Oh, there it is. Right by it. Perhaps I should attempt opening my eyes. Black Channel Protocols, temporary bypass. Check last outgoing. Colonel, happy to report the Awakened were retrieved from the sunken city and brought back to Arclight for your orders. Attack continues. These Awakened are mind-controlling my men to wander the FFZ and get possessed by apparitions. Arclight is full of ghosts. And these crazy asylum seekers, please help. Transmission ends abruptly. Keep scanning. Download and leave. Get out before these guys get angry at me. I wouldn't like them when they're angry. Mission complete. We'll get Gully and some of our more technical guys on these data retrievals, Red Rain Ripper. But it's pretty evident that Arclight's last operation was a disaster, and that the next step is the Better Mousetrap Medical Facility. The asylum is certainly frightened of these Awakened, enough for Praetor Tillman to condemn the very soldiers that reported their existence. We're going to need to stretch our resources even further. So we know that a different Spec Ops team from Dust took some Awakened to the medical facility codenamed Better Mousetrap. According to the files you brought back, they were hoping to use its equipment to figure out how the Awakened could take over their seers so easily, and whether there's any kind of procedure to remove or prevent it. We need to know if Dust has any medical records on file regarding the Awakened, and if so, we need to retrieve them. Trust me, once those psychic monstrosities are done with Dust, they're going to move into the rest of the First Ward. The compound simply can't handle them. I hate to ask this of you, Red Rain Ripper, but I need you to bring back any medical supplies you can find as well. And one more thing, that Ghost Band transceiver we used at Arclight, well, turns out that all at the time its proximity to those apparitions in there fried it. Gully has no idea why, but you're going to be without my help on this one. That's a terrible shame. I'll just have to ensure that sufficient damage is done. on my own. Looks like dust abandoned this medical facility. The unnerving sensation of the awakened moving freely may explain why. Two medical supply caches to retrieve. Access medical records terminal. We've got one over there, so... Well, they're moving that direction. We're going to head in on the oppressor and get them taken care of right off the bat. How about medical supplies? One to go? Oh, look. The intruder is searching for something. It's searching for why we exist, just like Fletcher did. Oh, I hear the thrumming. That'll be 2 medical supplies. Now I just need to find the medical records. I'm sure that's a HIPAA violation. Ooh, that hurt. Oh. Let's try not to pull too many of them. Medical records. Let's see. Got a bunch of debuffs on me. They're messing with my melon, man. messing with my melon, man. It's over there, no. Well, then these ones gotta go as well. Mindstorm. Alright, that sounds like a bossy type. Ah, right here in front of me. You find a series of local medical transcripts regarding the awakened seers. Scan the report on their first appearance. Dr. Jonas Fletcher, field surgeon in residence to Dust Special Operations First Ward, Better Mousetrap. Just before the Black Channel fell, Colonel Vargas, the CO of DSEC, ordered one of our squadron from Better Mousetrap to capture as many of the seer subjects designated awakened as we could. What started as a seemingly innocuous request from Mother has turned into a 4-alarm fire. But that's not really the point of these reports. Forgive me, the stress is getting to all of us. We did not suspect any associations between the awakened and the apparitions at the time. Arclight was sent to the sunken city, and still do not have any verifiable evidence to support such a claim. What we do know is that the presence of the awakened caused nearly all of the seers attached to the dust cells here in the First Ward to turn on us as well. The current theory is that the awakened carry some sort of psychic contagion, which normally healthy seers can catch, and readily so. Again, that any of this has to do with the apparitions is still under investigation. Well, I mean, just generally for me, you think the room looks cool with the shader. I just like the shader feel. It makes it feel really comic booky in a good way. Whereas sometimes the default graphics are fine. But obviously they're dated. For some reason this makes it feel more stylized to me, and something that's more stylized, I guess, feels less dated. Scan the diagnosis reports on awakened mutations. The mutations that manifest in the awakened seem to be psychomorphic in nature, indicative of exposure to enormous amounts of nth-generation psychic stress. Though we do not have an exact pattern yet, these mutations come in degrees of physical severity, from barely noticeable to almost super-terrestrial level psychology. Whatever the pattern, the severity of physical mutations in the awakened do not seem to correspond to their level of psychic powers. The reason for this are currently unknown. We may never make the connection between the awakened and the apparitions. Once our initial reports were sent to Colonel Vargas at DSEC, who then relayed such findings to the asylum, it resulted in an immediate call for Black Channel protocols across all Dust Special Operations in First Ward. Mother has deemed that the secret medical facility be condemned and quietly disappeared. How nice. The Black Channel will lock us all down, so I fear this may be my last report. In that case, I would like to formally put on the record that I believe that a magician should have been sent here instead of a doctor. The awakened I can work on in correction, but could have worked on had the asylum given us adequate protection. But just what am I supposed to do about the apparitions? What advice can I give that doesn't end up straying into the occult, a subject I never studied? How am I supposed to perform an autopsy on a ghost? Destroy the surgeon and his apparitions. Wait, there's something else I need to go. Oh, here we go. Visiting hours are over. Is this the surgeon? It's the surgeon. A fractured specter. Oh, this is not going well at all for the good guys, which would be me. Got him. He was bad. I think he was draining health from me into himself. Which is not optimal when I'm trying to kill him as fast as I can. I will now get out of dodge. Not a fan of the surgeon. Bong. Hey, how you doing? What the medical records only really show that Dust is playing Theory Time 2. The words inconclusive and possible are used about every third sentence. There has to be some truth to it, though. Between the dispatches you found at Arclight and these medical records is a connection that the Asylum doesn't want getting out at all. Red Rain Ripper, there's a reason that my people call themselves the Forlorn. Even in the armpit of Cole's regime, where there's a monster around every corner, we're often looked on as the worst of them all. And we can't forget what we did back when we were rabid. So sometimes, at your worst, you start to believe the rest of the warders. Look, I'm embarrassing myself. Your action here in the Gumbo have given the Forlorn some hope. I just wanted you to know that. Well, and I've given you hope, and you have given me cover to continue to let the red flow. We need to consult an expert on psychic phenomena. I know about mind control, but after that, next to nothing. I'm going to assume that those awakened are an immediate threat to the compound, and our only psychic allies are those in the Carnival of Light. I understand the last Hetman shook that alliance up pretty bad, so I'd like you to speak to them on my behalf. The one named Candlestick used his powers to confirm that the Palatine was real, correct? Start by talking with her. Yes, sir. I can't wait, sir. Good, I guess. I hope you're feeling all right, Red Rain Ripper. I can't afford to lose you. That's true, you can't. They can't. Wait, where is he? Candlestick. Eckery, me old friend. You've come to get the skinny on all those new bone polishers running amok in the Personascape, aren't you now? What? I'm here to ask about the Awakened. That's what I said now, innit? Look, my coins are all on it being a con that's Awakened. They're seers of a sort, and the seer network is one of the biggest cons of all. Look, just spit it out, you freak! Hey now, boyo. Don't cut yourself with that tongue, hear me? Right rude you are. Now listen, the psychics of the Carnival, including yours truly, we're not even about to dare fate by probing the thoughts of those awakened. It could become a two-way street, and I like my mind right where it is, you know? Seers are serious business, and these whack jobs are off their leash. The most famous of the seers that got away from the network is Katie Douglas. Maybe you already know her. Celebrity she is, well, to some folks anyhow. Candlestick? No, I don't want to apologize. How can I find her? For a jailbird that wants to stay off the grid, Katie Douglas doesn't exactly take great pains to hide her whereabouts. Scuttlebutts that she and a few seers she rescued from the network have holed up in Office 1381. The name of said domicile is both an inside joke and a dare to anyone Cole's side that might be thinking of coming after her. Look for Katie Douglas there. But be warned, she's not too fond of the compound and wants zero to do with the Carnival. That said, if you need an expert on the seers and the skinny on the awakened, Katie's your best bet. Well, I hope she didn't bar the door. Katie, bar the door. It's an old... Never mind. $13.81. I would have gone with $13.37. 2 banquets of envious apparitions using dust. Hosts to eat. Secure the mind of Katie Douglas for your own. I don't particularly like these mobs, mostly because they're so indistinct. I kind of prefer to be able to sort of, see what I'm fighting. Some sort of indistinct glob is boring. Oh, dead body. That's unfortunate for them. Stop freaking healing yourself. Please. Would appreciate it. Also, not nuts about the noise that these guys make. Feast on remaining apparitions using dust hosts in vain. Why does it say feast in capital letters? I don't understand. I'm not eating them. The ward is ours. You can't have Katie Douglas. These things hit really freaking hard. And I'm gonna die. Unless I get really lucky here and get a couple of big hits. That helped. I did get a knockdown. So that he couldn't get off his, I think, his life-sucking attack. God, these things are just, they're terrible. I hate the sound of them. I'm going to heal up here for a sec. They're just really awful mobs. Alright, that's clear. They probably, I'm assuming, have got very good defense against pure physical attack like mine. Because they're incorporeal and all. Katie Douglas, it's supper time. Hey, some help over here. This apparition has attracted others. Oh, we do have Katie Douglas. Help me. All right. Okay, Katie, here we go. Tattered surgeon. Speak to Katie Douglas. Hi, Katie Douglas. And just what do you want? I need your help. Help you? After you bring apparitions into my house and they kill my sisters? Do you know what you've done? I had no idea the apparitions were after you until I arrived. You're telling the truth. But you had some idea they might be... Wait, you had one inside you? Or was it two? Oh, and I guess that string of confusion I'm now reading in your head is what you call an excuse. Yeah, so... That's not gonna work with me. Wait, can you hear that? More are coming. Then no more excuses. Get ready. You're gonna owe me for this, Red Rain Ripper. I'm gonna owe you? I'm pretty sure you're gonna owe me. Okay, killer. Well, okay, she's accurate about that. She is spot on the nose with that description. Your mind says you're here about the Awakened. What do they have to do with all these apparitions everywhere? That's what I was hoping you could tell me. Another level for me. Katie Douglas scans your mind again. Fine, I'll help you out. It looks like you've been trying to figure out the connection between the apparitions and the Awakened for a while. And I can see you've been doing some good for the First Ward along the way. Things are going to get ugly before we reach the end of this road, but let's be clear, I won't forget what was done to my sisters, and I will always associate it with you. Go back and tell Noble Savage that I'm on board. I'll be in touch after that. It's a deal! Ding 24. I think this is my highest level bad guy. Coming in for a landing? Hi. Well done, Red Rain Ripper. Katie Douglas was something of a legend in Pretoria proper. If anyone can help us get to the bottom of the Awakened and how dust fell so easily to their power, she's our best bet. Watch yourself around her, though. She's got a personal agenda that doesn't always play nice with others. Let me know when you're ready to meet with Katie again. New contact, Katie Douglas. Oh, look. She was listening all along. Psychics. You can find her near the Sunken City. Look, Red Rain Ripper, Katie Douglas is a bit of a problem child. I know I shouldn't judge, right? But if the stories are true, her psychic powers and her history have left her a bit unhinged. And no, I don't care if you're still telepathically eavesdropping on us, Katie. Anyway, Red Rain Ripper, keep an eye on her, okay? We need her on our side. Well, first, I have to train up, because I get a new skill. Confront doesn't interest me, I have to say, as a taunt is something I don't need, because most of the time I'm taunting them anyway. I'm the only thing they're fighting. Let's see, instant healing. When you activate this power, you regenerate your health at an astounding rate. This boosts your regeneration, lasts about a minute. Takes a long time to recharge. Well, that does sound pretty good. Quick recovery, though. I think I probably can use that, as my endurance is getting a bit on the low side. Still, the instant healing, there were a couple times there where I would have used it. Powers instant healing. Let's see. We're gonna move. Oh, that's it there. Yeah, that's it there. All right, we're gonna move this to there, I think. And that being by itself will be a good reminder. All right. Katie Douglas. Red Rain Ripper, guess what? A package arrived in the mail today. It's all the intel you gathered on the Awakened and the apparitions from Dust. Oh, and by mail? I meant I recently read your mind and downloaded the bits I needed. Cool? Cool. So, what we know is that the Asylum sent a dust cell to retrieve some of her special children. She's the queen mother of the psychics working under Emperor Cole. They call her Mother. We don't know how these special children, also known as the Awakened, got here in the first place, but they were recovered and brought to Arclight, and that's when things lost the plot. The Awakened went crazy, some of them mind-controlling the Dust, Rangers inside, and others fleeing to other parts of the Free Fire Zone, and almost always accompanied by the apparitions. And then there's some hogwash about medical records that better mousetrap that got you nowhere. Sound about right? Whatever, it's close enough, and I'm tired of talking. Moving on. Black Channel Protocols, Part 1, Top Men. Oh, I'm out of XP. I'm out of XP. We can't have that. Bonus XP. First things first, this is going to be pretty morbid. I won't speak for you, but I don't much like it. Each of the possessed Dust Rangers in the FFC had some kind of persona defense training, right? And we both know that particularly strong individuals that are possessed retain a bit of their personalities when they're serving as a host body to an apparition. So, it stands to reason that any given Dust Ranger retains, at the very least, some idea of where he was, what he was doing, and what his orders he had at the time, etc., just before he was all body snatched. If we collate enough of this data, we could make a good estimation, of where to go next. Following me? Good. Now here's the tricky bit. I need to scan the minds of a few Dust Rangers. At the moment you separate their host body from the apparition, you're going to have to get your hands bloody. Oh, well, that's what I'm best at. Because there's only one surefire cure for possession. You know what I'm asking? Deal with your conscience. My what? Conscience? What is conscience? I don't understand. Conscience. No, don't get it. In whatever way fits you best afterwards, but I'm gonna have to scan a few before I can start building the big picture. You up for this, killer? I'll go after the officers. It's doubtful the grunts will know enough. Huh. I didn't think of that. Good idea. Get me into enough of their minds, I can triangulate our next likely step, and yeah, I just said triangulate without blinking, so sue me. Won't happen again. Get moving. Let's see, so. Base portal. Tunnel connection. The Westerman building. Night Ward, Sunken City. Seat Hunter, Merit Vendor. Boing. If any of you guys are playing City of Heroes, they've had a couple of articles on Massively OP in the last few days. One of them was about getting a little bit of money in a hurry. In essence, a quick and dirty way of getting some of these reward merits. For one reward merit, I think was like 10 of a particular item you can get. I don't remember the name. And you can turn around and go to the auction house and sell that for about 60,000 credits each. And no, 60,000 for the stack of 10. And basically, the guy says in 21 minutes, you create a new character on the bad guy side, get it up to level 6, finish off the first 2 quest chains, get 15 reward merits, turn around and sell those for a total of about 1 million influence. So if anyone is running short on influence, that would be a cure. I'm not sure which writer it was, but if you do a look up there for the City of Heroes columns, one of them will be about how to make money on a new character. Enter base entry. I'm not part of a supergroup. This character is not. Tunnel connection, tunnel connection. That's the base. I would actually like to go back to Universe Prime, so to speak. I wonder if that'll get me there. This is where I came in. I know that. Boing. Tunnel teleport. Dark Astoria, Mercy Island. Mercy Island. That indeed was what I was looking for. Okay, where in Mercy Island am I? The tunnel connection. Alright, I got myself turned around again. I am really very, very good at doing that. It's a gift. Let me check the enhancements. Let's sell the rest of this stuff. Hi, Kalinda. I think I'll just log out right here. I think I'll call it an evening. Oh, snap, crackle, and pop. Back Crispies. I want to thank you guys for hanging out. It seems to me like it's a good place for me to break it. I expect I should be back tomorrow at my usual time of 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe. I would expect right back here for starts. We'll get a couple of the XP buffs, and we'll head back to town. Back to the First Ward. And find out what's happening with the apparitions and the awakened and all that good stuff. I want to thank you guys very much for hanging out with me on a Friday evening. I hope the rest of your Friday night goes great. I hope your weekend kicks ass. In fact, I require your weekend to kick ass. All right, we clear? I should be back again tomorrow. Again, thank you guys for hanging out. Hopefully you'll see me soon. Have a great night tonight. Take care, and ciao for now. Good night, guys.